It's Jillian Leslie, host of the Blogger Genius podcast, and it is Monday, and the weather's kind of meh here in Austin. It's kind of warm, but still. But I have to say, I am in a really good mood. I want to talk about my most recent Blogger Genius podcast episode that I'm super excited about. So here I'm going to, first of all, make sure that I am live on my phone. We'll see if it shows up because I'm always, as you know, nervous about my technology. Anyway, so here is the thing. I want to talk about my most recent podcast episode. Gosh, I think it's episode 218 or 19. Wow. And I interviewed a friend of mine named Anina Belle Giannini, and she has a food blog called Le Chef's Wife. And I started working with Anina Belle about 2 years ago. And the interesting thing, again, her blog is called Le Chef's Wife because she is married to a French highly trained chef. And it was so funny because when she first started the blog, she wanted to talk about French lifestyle, like kind of south of France, all the cool things that go into it. And I said, hey, I think you're missing an opportunity. And that opportunity is French cooking from the perspective of being the wife of a French chef. So it took her, the thing I would say is if you're a blogger, and you feel like you are spinning your wheels, you are not alone, especially if you're looking around and you're going, oh my God, there are all these successful bloggers and I'm not one of them. Why is this? And I would say two things. One, stick with it, be consistent, find where your people are. So this is like, are your people on Instagram? Okay, maybe you should be on Instagram. Is there a way to niche down and find what your special sauce is that separates you from everybody else? So Anina Belle, seeing this special spin where she could put this spin on being a food blogger was like, whoa, not that many people are married to French chefs. So she's like translating what he is teaching her. And it's like, as I've said this previously, I don't want to learn from him. He's too intimidating. I want to learn from her. So again, if you're frustrated, think about, is there a way to fine tune your niche and start digging into things like your Google Analytics to go, what blog posts that I'm writing are actually getting traction? And can I start to build off of those pieces of content? And then the third thing that I would say is be kind to yourself because it is a long slog. I always say that. But also be strategic and consistent. Like consistency wins the race in the world of blogging and being kind of a content creator. You're a content creator. What do people expect from you? Content. However, one thing that Anina Belle did, which I thought was so smart, was she saw this opportunity and she ran with it. So it was right during Omicron when everybody went back into their houses and it was winter. And here she is, this French cook in training. And she thought about what makes her feel good during the winter, especially when we're kind of nestled back inside. And she thought, soup, French soups. So she came up with this idea, very basic. Like we are not talking super complicated. All she knew was she was going to do a challenge because it was the beginning of the year and a lot of other bloggers will do challenges. And all a challenge is a way to get people in your audience together to do something, to inspire them consistently to do something. So she decided for 8 weeks to show up on Instagram and cook soup for half an hour. And that was it. That was like the initial idea she had. And that was brilliant because we're all at home. It's cold outside. We're feeling kind of freaked out. And how nice is it to watch somebody cook soup? So it was a little more complicated than she thought because she showed up the first week And, cooking soup live is a little tricky. So she learned, like, this is the thing too. She didn't say, I've got to get everything perfect before I start. She's like, I'm going to start, see how I can change this, how I can kind of make it better each week. And that's what she did. And then she initially was going to cook her old soup recipes, but she decided, no, I'm going to come out with a new soup recipe a week. But this is where all the pieces of your blog start to come together if you can see how to connect the dots. She said, I'm going to make soup. I know this on a Sunday for half an hour. I think it was a Sunday. Before that, to back up to that, I'm going to create a new blog post with my recipe. And then I'm going to email my list every week to say, hey, this is what I'm going to be cooking this week. Please join me. Here's the recipe. Also, she talked about it a lot on Instagram and did Reels, which is where Instagram is giving people a lot of exposure. But then she thought to herself, and this was like mid-challenge. This wasn't all laid out at the beginning. She was learning as she was going. She said, I'm going to create an ebook with all of my 8 recipes, and I'm going to offer it as an opt-in for people so that I can get their email address. And it was like, whoa, so all these pieces fit together. She used her blog every week to pump out a new recipe with a theme, right? This is like her 8-week soup challenge. 2, she promoted it via Instagram where she had an audience. I think she had something like to start like 5,000 Instagram followers, but she started doing Reels and really working Instagram to promote this exciting thing. What's great about a challenge is it's unexpected, or it's an event, and treating it like an event, I think, is where the power comes from. It's for a short period of time. She's showing up live. She wants to bring people together to be cooking soup. She wants you to share your soup recipes. It like builds this sense of community rather than I'm just on my own, maybe browsing through Pinterest and looking up soup recipes and I stumble upon one of these. It's like, oh, wait a second. I could show up for her and really see this in action and watch other people and be with other people showing up to talk about soup. And then she figured out, wait a second, this is a great opportunity to get eyeballs on my content, get eyeballs on me, talk about what I'm doing when I'm live on Instagram. But instead of just showing up live to talk about stuff, here she had this beginning, middle, and end, like a project to watch. And she was able to advertise her ebook. So now she said it was exhausting and she was able to use her chef husband as her sous chef, which I think is so just like a little delightful detail. Anyway, she put it all together. Again, it looks like it was all put together beautifully from the start, but the truth is she was figuring it out as she went along. And this is called B- work, which I talk about, where you do not want to have all of your I's dotted and your T's crossed before you start something like a challenge. Just do it and see what happens and see if people show up, and maybe nobody will show up. So, okay, how can you fix it? How can you change it to get some people to show up? And I love that on the fly, she was able to put all of these pieces together. So this is the best part. In less than 3 months, I think probably closer to 2, she tripled her traffic. She exploded her Instagram because she also got good at Instagram, showing up, doing stuff, creating Reels. And I think her Instagram now is at like 37,000 from 5,000. She tripled her email subscribers. So she now has this community of people. And what did she do? So one thing that Anina Belle ranks for, I guess, in Google, and that is like her thing, is she has this great French baguette recipe on her blog, and she's even turned it into like an ebook. And she said, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to show up live, because now she has a feel for showing up live for an hour and teach a workshop where she shows people how to make easy French baguettes in I think it's like you can start to finish this maybe in 2 hours. And she sold it as a workshop using, ready, I'm going to our payment platform, MiloTree Easy Payments, and I helped her set this up. And I think she charged $10 and she got close to 50 people showing up for 1 hour. Now, she had to set this up, meaning she created her sales page easily with MiloTree Easy Payments. So our payment platform enables you to just create easy sales pages, boom, 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 so you can go out in front of your audience and sell it. She promoted it via Instagram and her email list. And I don't know, but I think she created a blog post about this to get people excited. And then guess what? They showed up. And so she was able to build this community and then take something similar, like who doesn't want French baguettes? Who doesn't want to watch somebody make French baguettes and have a conversation about it? And then she was able to monetize it. And I think that is like the next piece that she was able to tack on after doing this live challenge. She's like, wait a second, that wasn't that hard. Maybe I could just show up for my people. And I'm going to put this in front of them. And this is the thing that I love about, say, starting to monetize and create products with a paid workshop is you could test it. So I say, until you get 3 people signing up for whatever it is you're offering, don't do it. Don't plan it. Just work on selling it. And then if you get sales, okay, now you will come up with how to do something for 1 hour in front of people on Zoom. And it'll be raw, and I'm sure there'll be like weirdness and stuff, but that's what makes it fun and exciting, and that's why people show up. So I was so proud of Anina Belle because remember, she felt like she was spinning her wheels 2 years ago, and she felt like things weren't clicking for her like they might have been for other people. And she felt like she was doing everything, creating blog posts and posting on Instagram and Pinterest and emails and the whole thing. And while her business was growing, it was growing slowly and she couldn't figure out how to really ignite it. One thing that I talk about a lot is this idea of like, where is the world and what can you see out in the world that you can attach yourself to? So she saw that it was Christmas and there was a pandemic and it was this weird Omicron wave and we were all back at home. And what could we do that felt right? And something about it totally resonates for me. Soup is warming and it's comforting and it feels, I don't know, like you want to feed it to your family and you want to talk about it. And it was such a smart way of taking this moment. So for example, maybe it's summer and what are people talking about? Better weather, summer travel, kind of letting loose a little bit. Maybe it's graduation, maybe it is July 4th, and maybe it's entertaining with people. But it's that idea, like what could you do to set up, say, a challenge? Now, it doesn't have to be where you show up live. It could be an email challenge where, for example, I have a challenge where I help walk people through setting up a paid workshop. And it's like I say, hey, join my challenge. And I drip you 5 emails that I've written. And every day you get a new email and there's a private Facebook group that you could join and ask questions or be part of this challenge where people are working together. Although mine, you can join at any time and you'll be dripped emails. So what are some other ways? You could do something live on Facebook. I like the idea of showing up live like I'm doing right now because there's something more personal and more intimate, and who knows, like crazy stuff could be happening in my house live, like you never know what's going to happen. And cooking live, that's kind of exciting, so there's a feeling of spontaneity about it. So is there a way that you could think of a challenge, there it is, think of a challenge as like an event where you're inviting people to it, it's exciting, it's short term, and then it's over. And it's like there's the messaging of don't miss this. This is going to be fun. This is going to bring people together. This is a way that I can share what I know to make your life better. So think about it that way. And again, think about it in terms of where people already are and how you can ride, I call them waves, how you can ride those waves to I don't know, to entertain, to solve a problem, to do something that speaks to people where they are. And guess what? If you can put these pieces together, like have an opt-in, you could grow your email list, show up on Instagram with Reels and grow your Instagram account, start putting content on your blog, make it intentional so that, there's this, so it all fits together. And I think that's the thing that we need to, because it becomes additive. So it's not just like, it's not just 1 + 1 = 2. It's like 1 + 1 = 3, because there's this momentum that you want to ride. And all you have to do is kind of turn on different parts of your business. And guess what? They all benefit from that. And I thought that her story was so inspiring because, one, she just kind of did it on a lark. 2, she figured it out during these 8 weeks. And what she said is she got better at it. She got better at writing fast blog posts. She got better at teaching live, cooking live. She got better at the systems so that then at the end, she could take that audience and she could start monetizing it without having to create like a course or an ebook. Like, whoa, she could just turn herself on on Zoom and sell tickets to her paid workshop, which, by the way, is also then a great way to take those people and turn them into a membership. In fact, I'm seeing this over and over again. So just for us here at Milo Tree headquarters, which is really just our house, what I've been seeing now. So I'm working with people. So we have this new payment platform. Let's see if I can find it, called Milo Tree Easy Payments. So this is in addition to our pop-up app that grows your followers on Instagram and Pinterest. And we've rolled out TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and your email list. So use that on your blog to start growing your audience and your followers. And then you can use Milo Tree Easy Payments for digital products to sell easily to your audience. So we are all about simple technology. The tech should be easy. And that's really what we've baked into our product, because you've got enough to worry about and you've got enough platforms to deal with. We want our thing to be so easy that you can get up and running selling stuff, but not just selling stuff, trying stuff out. So the best part I think about Milo Tree Easy Payments is we give you free sales pages that you can just fill in almost like Mad Libs. And boom, you got a sales page and you can then go sell this to your audience and see if they like what you're offering. And that's why I say, unless you have people buying, don't create the content. This is like the inverse of creating a course. Like, do not, if you're thinking of creating a course, talk to me, because I want to convince you to set this up, set whatever your idea up, set it up as a paid workshop, to test it, to kick the tires, to see how your audience responds to it before you spend 6 months or so creating a course. Okay, so Milo Tree Easy Payments. Here's how to find it. It's at milotree.com/easypayments. And what's cool about it is you can create paid workshops, which is what I recommend. So I think Anina Belle's paid workshop to bake French bread baguettes was $10. And that's a great way to start. See if there's interest. A lot of people I know are charging something like $27 as an introductory price to get people to your one-time paid workshop you're going to do for an hour on Zoom. And I'd love to help you set this up. So if you have an idea for something you want to try out, reach out to me at Jillian@milotree.com or message me, DM me on Instagram at milotree. Anyway, and what I'm looking for right now, whoops, we did that one. Here we go. That's interesting. I want to help people. So I've been helping a ton of people set up paid workshops. And I have to tell you, it works. If you want an easy product and to make money, I can help you do that. All you need are people, like some sort of audience or community that you can sell it to. It's amazing the success I've been having with people who think they can't sell anything or don't really have an expertise. I promise you, I can help you do this. But now there are kind of 3 major components currently to Milo Tree Easy Payments. Set up paid workshops, set up a simple membership, which is great because of recurring revenue, and also roll out some coaching so that you can then dig in with people who really want to learn from you and get close to you. And of course, your one-off coaching fees can be much higher, but people have gotten to know you, gotten to trust you, and then they want to learn from you. So those are the three things. But right now, I want to work with people who want to set up memberships or coaching or both in their businesses so that I can learn, because what I'm doing is kicking the tires of my own product. I'm getting to go, where are you struggling, or what's difficult for you? Or it's that idea of going to your audience and asking them, what are you struggling with? This is how MyLoTree Easy Payments came about. We were coaching a bunch of bloggers and noticed certain people wanted to figure out how to set up like easy memberships where they just had a Facebook group and they wanted to have a paid group. And it was like, how do you set that up? And it was complicated. And we're like, we could solve that. Or how do you set up a paid workshop where, oh my God, I could have a product up in 10 minutes and go see if people are interested in learning this from me. And what I would say is, start with a paid workshop as lead generation, where you're getting people who are willing to take out their credit card for you and pay you and get to know you. And I always say, if you can get them to love you, they will buy your membership or they will sign up for coaching, because you become a known commodity to them. They get you, and hopefully they like you and they want to continue on this journey with you, and you build these tight relationships, which I think is one of the most special parts of this. So if you want to start a membership or coaching, please reach out to me. I feel like I should, at Jillian@mylotree.com, or message me on Instagram at MyLoTree. I'm the only one who manages that account, so I will definitely see it, because I want to show people it's easier to sell products and services to your communities than you think. And if you're just waiting to grow your blog, to get into Mediavine, you will find that it's a rude awakening when you get into Mediavine, which I hope you do, but it's not like that's going to buy you it's not going to send your kids to college or buy your vacation home. It's by selling products and services to your audience. That's where you can really, I think the sky's the limit. So please reach out to me. What I'm going to do is I will put a link to my most recent podcast episode so that you can listen to this episode. If you are feeling frustrated right now, please see if this inspires you. And again, think about the world and where we are and what you can lean into to create some sort of event where you can put these pieces together and it will snowball. And let's say only 3 people show up for you. Great. Do it, because you will learn, and then you could see what worked and what didn't, and you can iterate and you could do it better the next time. And that is how we grow our businesses. There's this concept that I like to talk about called emergent business building. You put it out there. You don't know if it's going to work, and you try it and you see and you learn and you do it better the next time. And the thing is, you need to be doing these experiments all the time, because if you spend 6 months putting together your challenge or your course or your ebook or whatever it is, that's it. And you've wasted that time if it doesn't work. Whereas I say, put something up in 10 minutes, test it, see if people like it, learn and iterate. And that is how your business starts to emerge. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. Please, you got questions, anything, reach out to me. You can message me on Facebook, message me on Instagram, email me at Jillian@mylotree.com. I really love hearing from you. And I am so satisfied and so excited to work with you, the people who I've been able to work with. At MyLoTree Easy Payments, to help, the satisfaction I get seeing them turn a switch, turn it on, and money shows up. Oh my God, nothing better. Without a lot of technical work and a lot of putting together things like sales pages. Let us help you do that. Let us help you do it for free. Oh, and that's the other piece I forgot to mention. So we want to be aligned with you. That feels authentic to us. And therefore, you only pay us a small percentage of your sale. So you don't pay a monthly fee to use mileage or easy payments. It's just you make money, then we make money. So I am totally invested in your success. And that's why I want to help people so that I can see what works the best so that I can then help more people. And we all are able to monetize our communities. Otherwise, what's the point of growing a community if you don't know how to get those people to pay you for what you know? And you don't have to be an expert like with a PhD. All you need to do is be empathetic, understand where people are, and be just like 1 to 2 steps ahead of them and guide them, kind of like Anina Belle is doing, which I think is just so brilliant. She's not the French trained chef. She just learns from him, and then she translates it for people like me. Okay, that's what I want to share today. Thank you for showing up and for watching this. I always appreciate it. And I'll be here again next week. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Okay, talk soon.